This is my first time riding the Elizabeth line. Yeah, so this is my first time on the Elizabeth line. It actually opened in May, but today it's the 26th of July. The reason I haven't taken it yet is because I've been too lazy and I've been too busy with all my work projects.
Liverpool Street.
Yeah. So
Next station, Liverpool Street.
So we've got different lines of Elizabeth, like one starting at Abbey Wood or Shenfield. You can go all the way to Brentford in Essex. And then also, this is what I like, you can go to Southall, which has got a lot of good Indian food. And there's a Sikh temple, so I might stop there for a visit today. And so we're heading out to Slough, where like Windsor Castle is right here. So it basically says all special fares apply if going out here. Just arrived at Paddington Station, where basically it's interchange. So if you want to go to Reading, you have to change from the underground station to the actual National Rail station. And they've got like these arrows to tell you where to go. Just follow the arrows. So as you can see, this is the new Elizabeth line carriages. It tells you where the train's going up here. There is Wi-Fi on board, but see, the Elizabeth line is more like interchangeable. Like where I've come from in the east, I have to change at Liverpool Street, then I have to change again at Paddington, and also because Paddington, that's a National Rail. It's like, well, so if you travel like to, let's just say, Slough and all, you'll have to pay a bit extra. So I'm planning on going from Paddington all the way to Slough, and then back to Southall for lunch, and then back home. It's probably going to cost me at least maybe 15 to 20 quid. I wouldn't know how much it's going to cost until I check my bank statement the next day. I've arrived at Slough. The train station is back there. I had to pay about $6.20 train fare, you know, Southall to Slough. I could have got it much cheaper if I did a train line, but I thought it's not much of a difference, I guess. So I'm gonna be walking to Windsor today, just to save a bit of money. I mean, there are buses that do leave from outside of the train station that do go to Windsor, but even though it's a cloudy day and there are scooters you could hire from the app for a couple of quid, I really just feel like walking today, get some exercise. But the good thing is that I'm actually outside of London, which I don't always get to go outside of London that often. Maybe once a month, twice a month. I mean, this is the second time being outside of London this month, as I went to Wales a few weeks ago. I was going to go to Liverpool sometime last week, but then it was the hot weather. Then this week it's been like train strikes, so I haven't been able to go where I want to go this week, which I mean, it's fair enough. I mean, Slough is much closer to Windsor than it is to go to like Liverpool, but you know, I'd save a bit more money by going to Slough instead of going to Liverpool. Like, if you take a megabus or a Flixbus from London to Manchester, you can get a train to Liverpool for about 4 quid, just like one way, and all, or maybe 8 quid return. Yeah. The important thing is that it's actually stopped raining, but it is a 2-mile walk to get to Windsor Castle. And as a matter of fact, they actually said it was like closed today. They said it wouldn't reopen until like tomorrow or Thursday. It doesn't really bother me. I just want to like go see around the outside. Pretty sure that that's open to the public. But the thing that I read online is like where the royals are buried, or where like your Queen Victoria's buried, that part only opens up like once a year. Yeah. So I'm passing through this little university town on the way to Windsor. The street signage are quite a bit confusing. I saw a road sign basically pointing to Windsor back there, and I'm like, that can't be the way to Windsor, I believe. Maybe if it's in like a loop, I guess. So I think I'm at least a mile near Windsor, but I mean, this right here, this tends to remind me of Oxford and Cambridge. And yes, it is cloudy. You see, if today was sunny, I would still go. But if it wasn't sunny, I would probably have stayed home. But then I thought to myself, no matter what the weather is, make the most out of it. You know, carry an umbrella and a bottle of water and go out and see the sights of Windsor. Because, you know, I tend to get busy throughout the week with my jobs. Oh my god. Look at this, it's like someone wants to climb over the ferns. Oh my goodness. Just walking through the rivers on Eton. This sign here shows you how high the flood levels have been. But highest one was like 1774. Recent would be 2014. Wow. So if you imagine if this place flooded, the water would have gone up to that, where my finger is, 8 years ago. Yeah, so this is the high streets of Eton. Old-fashioned, typical British high streets outside of London. Yes. Huh. Perfect. Award-winning Dorset ice cream. I really don't buy like ice cream from, you know, ice cream shops. It's always a bit overpriced. I prefer ice cream out of the freezers at supermarkets. Yes. Hell, even like a tub of ice cream from Lidl cost me at least £1.70. Just arrived here in Windsor, and I'm in walking distance from the castle. Windsor martyrs. Beyond the site, the following were martyred for their faith: Henry Filmer, Anthony Peer, Robert Testwood, burned to the stake in 1543. This here is George V, first sovereign of the House of Windsor Fountains. It was unveiled by King George VI, the last king of England, on the 23rd of April 1937. Yes, just after he took the crown, when his brother had abdicated. Yeah, there's no way in hell I'd take one of those buses. I mean, they're a bit overpriced. I like to see everything on my own 2 feet. Now here we have a statue to Christian Vicar, Captain Brevet, Major King's Royal Rifle Corps, eldest son of Prince and Princess Christian of Salzwick-Holstein, grandson of Victoria. Born at Windsor Castle, died in Pretoria during the Boer War. Directed by his friends and admirers, his qualities as a man as a soldier. So I'm walking along the walls of Windsor Castle. There it is up there. Yeah. Just having a good day. Yeah. I did see a flag flying high today at Windsor Castle. If it's a Royal Standard, that means the Queen's in. If it's not a Royal Standard, it means she's not home. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh look, it says, I'm here to chat. So scan the code and chat with me to learn about this area and share your thoughts. I'm gonna be like a virtual guide. So, yep. I had no idea that Windsor Castle would be surrounded by many different brands and businesses. And look, Duchess of Cambridge. So, I believe there's like Windsor Royal Shopping Mall right there. I'm hoping to believe that the station isn't far from here, I guess, because I'm not walking all the way back to Slough today. Let's make sure I get the bus. Oh, yeah. And look right there, there is a statue of the legend herself, Queen Victoria, who only a couple of years ago, Queen Elizabeth II had surpassed her as the longest reigning British monarch of all time. Yeah, so here we are. It's the front entrance of Windsor Castle. Right there.
They used to.
Yeah, and there's a flag up. So it must mean Elizabeth II is home right now. Yeah, fortunately I think it is closed today. That's what I saw on Google. But I mean, you know, I've never paid to go inside Buckingham Palace, and I wouldn't pay to go inside here. I like to marvel things from the outside, that's all. This is still more of Windsor Castle right there. As you see, there it is. It's the main entrance over there. Yeah. So actually, I believe this building right here, that is the chapel. That's where Prince Philip had his funeral last year. He passed away, it was like early April last year, yes. And I felt it was a bit quite symbolic for me to be in the United Kingdom when this had happened. If I was in Australia, this would mean nothing to me. But to be living in the United Kingdom when the spouse of a monarch dies, it is quite, you know, symbolic and memorable. I mean, it's like when Diana died when I was in Australia as a schoolboy, and then the Queen Mother died my last year of high school, and that was also the same year that Princess Margaret also died. So this is Windsor Parish Church, open daily, right next to the castle over there. St. Elephant's Close. I suppose that Windsor Castle is much bigger than Buckingham Palace, I believe. Yes. But I mean, it's quite interesting how, like, the monarch of England basically lives in Buckingham Palace, has a residence in Windsor, which is like, you know, a couple of miles outside of London, but also has residency in Scotland and maybe also in Wales, I believe. Yeah. And here we have a statue to commemorate Irish Guardsmen, past, present and future. Quiz Super Bit. What is this here? Windsor Great Park. Yeah. So, he's like the back gate entrance to Windsor Castle, right here. Oh my god. Such great views from here. The castle. And also, there's like big parklands down there. Don't know where that leads to, I guess. Called the Queen's Walkway, representing 63 years and 7 months of Britain's longest reigning monarch, Queen Victoria. I reckon it's superseded by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II sometime after 5:30 PM on the 9th of September 2015. Yeah, and here we have Windsor Castle again.